Hello everyone, Helen Yu here at TDX. I'm joined by Raju Malhotra, who is the Chief Technology and Product Officer at Certinia. Hello Raju, so nice to see you again.
Great to see you, and thanks for having us.
I enjoyed your keynote at Partner Summit this week, and I wanted to unpack a little bit more with you, especially with regard to the intelligence service for enterprises. But before we do so, why don't you tell us who you are and give us introduction about Certinia as well?
Certinia is a growth engine for professional services business. And we have customers in professional services like IBM, PwC, KPMG, and their whole business is professional services. Pure play professional services, they're all in. We also have customers like Siemens, Salesforce, Google, AWS, Cisco, etc., where professional services is part of their overall solution. But for all of our customers, Certinia helps them sell, deliver, and manage their professional services as a business.
Congrats on launching Veda this
Yes,
week.
thank you,
Right?
thank you.
Tell us more about Veda. There are 10 agents,
Yeah.
new agents.
Yeah, so thank you. So this week we launched Veda, which is our agent orchestration, and it has 10 package agents, the 10 new package agents that we are announcing for our customers. And we also have 64 Veda intelligent actions.
Wow.
So the package agents help on services estimation, so for selling services. They also help on managing resources, staffing management, project management. They also help on customer success management. And then the intelligent actions, you can invoke them within your workflow. And you can use them wherever you want to gain specific capabilities, autonomous capabilities, and that's where we're very excited
I
about
wish I
Veda.
had you when I was Chief Customer Officer, by the way. How do you come up with your name?
Oh yeah. So by the way, it's never too late. So you can always use Certinia. Veda is a ancient word from Sanskrit, which means intelligence.
Okay.
So we looked around and we really thought about, okay, how do we actually make sure we are communicating the value of everything we bring for our customers, all the data, all the reasoning, all the user experiences, and at the root of this is intelligence. And Veda literally means intelligence in Sanskrit.
Well done. Right. Perfect.
Thank you.
So Matt's demonstration during the keynote resonated with me. Right. He illustrated how the resourcing agent really can support you if you ever run into resource constraint last minute, especially last minute. You can easily replace that with the digital agent. Tell us a little more how that
Yeah.
works. Yeah.
So the agent you're talking about, that solves a problem which happens all too frequently within professional services, as you can imagine. Professional services is very human heavy, manual, bespoke business.
Yes.
And when you're working with a lot of people across the globe, across different teams, sometimes people go on vacation, sometimes unfortunately someone gets sick, etc., etc. So anytime that happens, without Veda, you are spending hours and hours figuring out how to restaff, how to find a good replacement, etc., etc. And with Veda, what we are finding is that work of hours actually gets cut down to minutes. In fact, in many cases, one of our customers, actually Siemens, noticed a value of up to 50% improvement over manual staffing. And they were able to save, hours to minutes by essentially, having the agent actually do that work, working with their human team.
That's impressive. Since we're at Salesforce TDS, tell us more about the partnership with Salesforce. How long have you been working with each other, and how has that unlocked the potentials?
So Certinia is built on the Salesforce platform.
You came from there, right?
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
And the company was founded about 17 years ago. And it is really a Salesforce native shared org company right from day one. What that means is that it's not an integration to the Salesforce data. It's really built on the Salesforce user experience, on the Salesforce data. And when it comes to building Veda, we tap into the same unified data layer. But we bring the power of all the agentic capabilities to make sure our capabilities that we built over many years are exposed as invocable actions that we can package as agents that are very useful for our customers, because we understand the customers, domain, their problems really deeply and really well. So we can bring that value to our customers very quickly using the power of Salesforce. So we have a very deep partnership with Salesforce, and we're really proud to build on top of it.
Yeah, congrats, right? So happy to see you being featured here as a poster child. So that's doesn't happen to every partner. That's really also a testament of the success you've had. You've had a fair amount of success already. And 5 years from now, where do you think professional service industry will be? And then what kind of role Certinia will play?
Yeah, I mean, by the way, 5 years is a long time.
Maybe we can say 5 months.
The way things are moving is like
Yeah.
every single week is like feels like a year, and it's a great question, because I think all of us have to think about where is the market going, and where is our vision to help move that and adapt to it, etc. So if we kind of zoom out, if we think about professional services industry, it is very human centric. It's very manual. And there's a lot of doom and gloom about AI disrupting the professional services industry quite significantly. Interestingly, we recently did a third-party research, and we looked into the impact of AI in general on the professional services industry. And we found out a couple of interesting things. One is that many, if not most, of professional services teams are thinking about hybrid delivery. So not just human-based delivery, but also humans and digital workers and agents as part of their delivery. What that does is a fundamental unlock to a constraint that we have always had in professional services, which is, you can only sell something on the demand side, what you have available. If you don't have this right skill set, right people in the right time zone, you can't really sell or bid on those projects.
Exactly.
With this hybrid team, that constraint sort of goes away. You can augment, your humans with the agents. So what that means is our sort of research showed that you can actually see 6 to 7 times bigger addressable sales pipeline. So what I'm saying is actually not that doom and gloom. It's actually, on the contrary, quite a valuable opportunity for professional services industry, but it does require rethinking how we not only deliver services using AI, but also how we manage services, how we think about selling, how we think about delivery, how we think about management, how we think about the overall process. And that's where we have been working hard within Certinia, and the testament to this week's announcement around Veda is that we want to bring that service management using the power of AI to our customers, so we can help them transform their businesses with AI better than anybody else.
That would completely shift how the industry will be performing, right? Think about it. And it would be a professional services to a system intelligence.
That's exactly right. I think you said it exactly right. It is actually going from sort of like a system of record, which is important, to more of a system of intelligence. And I would say system of execution based on that intelligence, right? Because you want to be able to not only query the data intelligently, you want the agents to be able to finish tasks semi-autonomously sometimes, autonomously sometimes, directly interacting with users, sometimes, in a headless way behind the scenes, but all the time, I think, working with humans and augmenting that human and agent type of hybrid teams.
My last question for you, Raju, is do you have a favorite agent? And then what's on your wish list
Oh
as a
boy.
product technology leader?
From Certinia,
Yeah.
I think the impact that comes in is really the staffing management, staffing automation. I love the project management agent that we have, and
Me too. I need one at home.
and it's actually super helpful to have the project management kind of taken care of.
Yeah.
But interestingly, the value, especially in an enterprise, is that the teams are distributed across different time zones. And if I'm going to have a meeting with you, and I have a question, if you're a customer, I want to understand, what our interaction, what the status of project is, I can go and check in my records. But if I were to ask someone in my team, they might be in a different time zone, they may not be available.
Exactly.
But just imagine I have that project assistant agent that actually can help me with preparation, but really kind of help me with all the questions I may have and be better prepared for a conversation like this. So I think, to me, it is the instant productivity boost. And what I've liked is, productivity like this gives you more creativity because because I have more time to actually think about making a conversation, making a relationship with customers be more useful, and think about even creative ideas versus worrying about the basic kind of the stuff that
Totally.
gets solved by productivity benefits.
Totally, because you also gain that consistent experience, right?
Yeah.
Regardless who you're dealing with or regardless of the hours or location. So wonderful. And thank you so much for sharing your experience with us on scaling business with Agent Force. And then congratulations on the tremendous amount of growth. Hopefully I'll see you again at Dreamforce in a few months.
Sounds good. Thank you, Helen.
Thank
Great,
you.
great to meet you.
Likewise.
Thank you.